Physicists think the universe started with the Big Bang, like 13.7 billion years ago. But, what made it explode? And why? We've been checking out the science and history of the universe for ages, and the Big Bang has been the main story for everything we see. Tons of studies and scientists back it up, saying it's how the universe came to be. They also say dark energy, which is even bigger than galaxy energy, is like an anti-gravity thing that keeps the universe getting bigger since the Big Bang. Science is way different now than it used to be. With new tech, there are new ideas popping up. Sometimes, stuff we thought was totally true turns out not to be. Mishoku is saying the Big Bang isn't right after all. This is because the James Webb Telescope spotted 750 new galaxies that look nothing like they should. So, it's making us rethink everything about the universe. If you want to know more about the universe, subscribe to our channel. Also, like this video, share it, and hit the bell. The James Webb Telescope's pictures of these galaxies are super cool, with tons of them in one shot. Amazing to look at. But what normal people think is cool, scientists are kinda worried about. These pictures don't match their ideas. There are way more galaxies than they thought, and they're smaller and older. Scientists are kind of freaking out. One article even starts with the word panic. That's how serious it is. For a while, the Big Bang was the go-to story for how the universe started, about 13.7 billion years ago. But these new pictures are messing with that story. They're not what scientists expected based on the Big Bang theory. The galaxies seem too small, smooth, old, and there are too many of them. These galaxies are way smaller than what the Hubble telescope saw, which doesn't make sense if the universe is getting bigger. Plus, they're too smooth. The Big Bang says galaxies should be messy, but these are super smooth, which messes with the whole timeline of how galaxies are supposed to form. At the very start, everything was squished into this tiny point. It was crazy dense and hot. Then, the universe started to grow super fast in what they call cosmic inflation. This made everything spread out evenly, which helped galaxies and stars form. As the universe got bigger, it slowed down a bit. We can see this expansion because light from far-off galaxies is stretched out. Also, all the stuff in the universe was packed super tight. They thought we'd see messy galaxies crashing into each other, but the James Webb Telescope showed well-organized galaxies that look like the ones we see today. This means galaxies might not crash into each other as much as they thought. And if these galaxies didn't crash much, they might not have grown from small galaxies, meaning they were never small in the first place. Plus, the idea that the universe is getting bigger and making things look smaller might not be right. So, stuff we thought was true might not be true after all. The age and number of galaxies the James Webb Telescope found also put a question mark on the Big Bang theory. The telescope can see infrared light, which helps scientists figure out how old galaxies and stars are by looking at their colors. Hope you liked the video. Hit like and subscribe, and share it with people. I'll post another video really soon. As scientists look at more data from the James Webb Telescope, they're thinking up new ideas that might change the Big Bang theory. Some think the universe might be steady or goes through cycles of expanding and shrinking. Others are thinking about quantum physics or stuff that's hard to even imagine. What's clear is that we're at the start of something new in the universe study. These findings are making us rethink stuff and opening up new ideas in physics, space study, and even how we think about things. Questions like whether the universe had a start or will end are now things we can actually look into. This whole thing shows that science keeps, what we think now might be wrong tomorrow. As long as we ask questions and check stuff out, we're keeping the spirit of science alive. Looking into space is like looking back in time. The light from these galaxies takes ages to get here, so we're seeing what the early universe looked like. But what we're seeing doesn't match the Big Bang story. Some scientists say this doesn't totally trash the Big Bang, but means we don't get how galaxies formed. Maybe it happened faster than we thought. Others think we might be seeing stuff we don't even know about, like new forces or particles. The idea of cosmic inflation, which was supposed to fix the Big Bang's problems, is also being questioned. If galaxies formed super early and smooth, maybe inflation didn't happen the way we thought. This is making people think about other universe stories that they didn't take seriously before. Some of these include the idea that universes bumped into each other, or that the universe goes through endless cycles. These are weird, but the new data is something to think about. Telescopes and computers are getting better, helping us figure out what's going on. They might help us understand what the James Webb Telescope is showing us and come up with new stories about the universe. One thing is for sure, things are changing in space study. The James Webb Telescope's finds aren't just science stuff. They're making us rethink everything, from where we are in the universe to what time and space even mean. As we wait for more info, we should keep our minds open, because science is all about doubting and finding new stuff. The universe doesn't have to fit our theories. We have to change our theories to fit the universe. The galaxies in the pictures are too small, smooth, old, and there are too many of them. They're way smaller than similar galaxies Hubble saw. That's not how it's supposed to work if the universe is expanding. Also, these galaxies are too smooth. The Big Bang says they should be messy and uneven. Back in the beginning, everything was squeezed into a tiny point called a singularity. It was super dense and hot. That's where all the stuff in the universe came from. After the singularity, the universe started to expand like crazy. This happened over 13.7 billion years. The rapid inflation smoothed things out and set the stage for galaxies and stars to form. As the universe kept growing, the expansion slowed. Scientists can see this expansion by looking at how light from distant galaxies stretches out, making it look redder. During the expansion, all the stuff in the universe was packed tight. As things cooled down, particles started to form. This is how matter came to be in the first few minutes after the Big Bang. Scientists thought they'd see messy galaxies crashing into each other. But the James Webb Telescope is showing well-organized galaxies, like the ones we see today. This makes us wonder if galaxies really grow by merging. If these new galaxies haven't merged much, then they were never small to begin with. Plus, things aren't getting smaller as the universe expands, like we thought they would. These galaxies are also older, and there are more of them than the Big Bang Theory predicts. Hope you liked this video. Hit the like button, share it, and subscribe for updates on the James Webb Telescope's findings and how they might change the story of the universe. As scientists look at the James Webb Telescope's data, they're coming up with new ideas. Some think the universe might be steady or go through cycles of expansion and contraction. Others are looking at quantum gravity or different dimensions. One thing's for sure, we're entering a totally different time in cosmology. The James Webb Telescope's discoveries are not just challenging old ideas, but opening up cool chances for new theories in physics, astronomy, and even philosophy. Questions about whether the universe had a beginning or will end are now being studied with real data. This is how science works. It keeps changing. What we believe today might be wrong tomorrow. As long as we keep asking questions and being willing to change our minds, we're doing science right. Looking deeper into space is like looking back in time. The light from these galaxies took billions of years to get here, so we're seeing the early universe. But what we're seeing doesn't match the Big Bang model. Some scientists think this doesn't mean the Big Bang is wrong, just that we don't fully understand how galaxies form and change. Maybe they formed faster or in different ways than we thought. Others guess that we might be seeing new physics or forces we don't know about yet. Even the idea of cosmic inflation is being questioned. If galaxies formed so early and smoothly, then maybe inflation happened differently or not at all. This has brought back interest in other universe models. For example, there's the episodic model, which says the universe came from a collision of higher-dimensional brains. And Roger Penrose has a theory that the universe goes through endless cycles of death and rebirth. These ideas are still debated, but the new data is making people look at them again. Also, telescopes, sensors, and data analysis are getting better, so we can gather more detailed info. Machine learning and AI are helping us find patterns in the data that we might miss. These tools could help us figure out what the James Webb Telescope is showing us and guide the next big theories about the universe. We're definitely entering a huge time for astrophysics. The James Webb Telescope's finds aren't just scientific. They make us think about humanity's place in the universe, time, space, and reality itself. While we wait for more analysis and studies, we need to stay open-minded but also question things. Science grows when we're curious and doubtful. The universe doesn't have to fit our ideas. Our ideas have to change to fit the universe.